All right, guys, welcome to our Branchpoint breakdown. Today we're on Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 7, the episode before the finale. Not a bad one. Not a great one, not a bad one. I got a really cool theory to throw out there at the end of it that I thought of when I was watching this. And I kind of might have to backtrack on some of the flashback stuff other than the Foggy thing. Well, too much Foggy, but I do actually like the flashbacks for some reason because I have an idea that might happen here. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys kind of a breakdown of what happened in this episode, like a little review, or not review, but like a little synopsis of it. And then we're just going to go from there and talk about this whole thing, all right? So, Daredevil Born Again, Season 2, Episode 7, Karen is taken in and fast-tracked to trial. Matt Murdock returns to the public eye as one of her lawyers. Dr. Glenn's behavior is mimicking her past abuser, Muse. Mr. Charles, I can't say it like that, Mr. Charles reveals that Luke Cage has been taken and that Mayor Fisk is in for it. Matt convinces Bullseye to save the New York governor from an assassination. Buck kills Daniel while BB is on the run.
Ooh. A lot of stuff happened in this. And honestly, I think it's because they're making up for the last two episodes being a little slow to that regard. I think they're knowing that the end is near. And so, yeah, those last two episodes were fun to your casual viewers, but I think this kind of coincides a little bit with because I was thinking about this earlier today. There has been some news that came out that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has a 50% drop in their viewership. And I kept thinking, why is that? And then I remember that maybe harder core fans like myself from the Netflix era that are watching this no matter what type thing versus people like my brother Ike who haven't watched it like that and they're watching it now for the first time. When you do those flashback episodes, the last two that you've had, now I'm kind of seeing in real life, okay, there is some validity to what Ike is saying in regards to his attention span for the show and if he's going to stay tuned for it or not, because now we're seeing it in the numbers, guys. So I just had to throw out that little bit of news that came out this week. But I think this episode, if people start listening to us talk about episodes like this, that viewership is going to go up because a lot happened.
Yeah, I agree.
A lot of good stuff that was needed to happen.
Yeah, it felt very stagnant, and this didn't. This felt like we are moving forward. I just wish it was 2 episodes ago, and there's a lot to move forward on. And I think that's where you lost some of these people. They were like, "Oh no, man, this is a show they don't know what to do. That's what's going on here," and it kind of felt that way.
But so. I think you were right about the episode where, Vanessa. It kind of ends with thinking Vanessa is dead type thing. They put a lot in that episode. So it's kind of like you thought it was like a mid-season finale or season finale type thing. That's how much they put in that episode. They went so high that you kind of had to dip down a little bit because you just can't keep riding that high like that. And now it's starting to dip right back up. I feel like that's kind of like a pattern you saw in this, but
all depends on how daring you want to get, right? Like, you're right. You got real high at peak there, but if you have the ambition, you could have kept going with that momentum. You're talking, how many episodes ago was that? 2? Yeah, you're talking 5 episodes to a season finale. After that happens, you can really peak it and have a lot go on, and you can still make quieter ones without going backwards. That was, it's not so much that you slowed down for a second; it's that you went backwards. Is what my is where I think the issue was. Because you're right, you do kind of slow down to bring it back to another peak. Cool, the shows do that all the time, even some of my favorites. But when you start going backtracking, that's when it's kind of like, I wonder if on paper, from her almost dying in that episode to now, was like, okay, that's only worth 2 episodes. We need to fill in a lot of stuff. I wonder if their storyline only had that much, and that's what we're seeing. Because this was a good episode, and this is one to talk about, and this is one to. It's not my favorite. It's still like a heavy filler, a lot of exposition-y. It makes me wonder what they're going to do for a finale, because this doesn't feel like a lead up to a finale. This feels like the lead up to the lead up of a finale. Like, I want my lead up to a finale to feel like I can't wait to see what's going to happen next, and this is crazy. And this almost gets there, but not quite. It's still really good though, and this is the right direction. So.
All right, well, let's dive into this, guys, and talk about it, because the first thing I mentioned here is Karen is taken in. We saw that at the end of the episode before this, but now we're seeing what's happened after that. She is being fast-tracked through their legal system that they've established in New York City to get her right to the trial, because it sounds like they're trying to get right to some sort of an execution type thing, or whatever Mayor Fisk's agenda is for these people. He wanted her to definitely be, because she is a big character for the Daredevil universe, and to catch her and link her with vigilantism in any way, and establish with these new laws they've done, their justice system they've made. I appreciated that he's like, let's just get this ball rolling as fast as we can. And we saw a great moment of him visiting her, and he grabs her neck, and I thought, oh no, is this the time we're going to see her snap it and be like, nah, there's more to come with Karen Page. And so, and he kind of knew it. It's almost like he had to withhold himself from doing it, because he wanted other people to see his system is going to work the way he wants it to work. Use her as this example type of thing.
I was just going to say that he's going to use her as a point.
Yes.
And he's unhinged. I'm not going to say unhinged. I don't want to use the words unhinged, because he's not unhinged. But he's not tempered now, because he just went through a big death that's big important to him. So now he's all in, is the word I want to use.
Yes.
Because if he was unhinged, this story would be going a different direction.
This actually reminds me of what he was like in the first season of the Daredevil show on Netflix, where if he had to get his hands dirty, he would get his hands dirty.
Yeah.
But he's also now using his brain more and calculating how things
He sees the importance of what this looks like if she gets right now. The death of his wife is fresh on everybody's mind, not just his.
Yeah.
And the more he gets done now, because he also sees his own end coming through the Mr. Charles and all that stuff too. He sees that he's got on different fronts things coming, and he's going to get this part of it done, because deep down he wants to get at Matt Murdock and Daredevil. He wants this to be a hurt. He wants this to be that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a really cool idea, because Matt, of course, is not going to let Karen just go through this process and not be saved. And he is the only one that could make the entrance that he made and win enough sway of the people that are for Fisk to say, oh, we're going to listen to him now, because Fisk has propped him up as this hero that we need to find.
Yeah, here he is.
And now he comes in to defend the person that Fisk wants to put away for good type thing, or worse. And so it's an interesting crossroads there, because now the jury really is like, the jury's only the three judges, by the way, but the public view is going to be like, well, what do we do then? Because Mayor Fisk likes him, but now he's defending someone that we feel like we should listen to him then. Be like, oh, now you've gotten, Anyway, so
which this is going to lead to my prediction at the end, but yeah.
All right, so the next thing that we have on here is Dr. Glenn's behavior is mimicking her past abuser Muse. Now, I gotta tell you, I was not a fan of her in the first season of Born Again.
Yeah, me neither.
I didn't think she was she didn't sour the show for me, don't get me wrong, but she was definitely one of those slow build characters where why are you here type thing. Then all of a sudden you see in this season especially that you needed what happened to her in the first season. She is becoming, for me, a dark horse for this show. I am liking her a lot more. And now with the recent set photos that have been released, I did a quick video reaction to earlier today, guys. The reel is out there. She is playing Lady Muse in season 3, the whole getup. And I was geeking out thinking, wow, this is a character that they're not just going to say is a one and done. She's going to prove something. She's going to become something bigger. And that is cool to see them build up to in this show, to be honest.
Yeah, it's taken me a long time to like this character. And this was the first episode where I'm like, I would like to see this go right where I think it's going to go. And then with your thing you put out the other day, obviously it's going to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm excited to see what that can be, to be honest with you. I hope it's worth it though, because it is such a slow build.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle with this actor.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name. Who plays her by chance?
Don't know.
I want to be nice to her. I don't want to say anything mean, but I struggle with her acting. I have this problem, folks, with that. I've watched a lot of movies, and I'm not saying I'm correct when I say someone's good or bad, because it all is subjective. Sammy and I have a couple people he likes some people.
Margarita.
Lavia. Yeah, sorry, ma'am. Hey, yeah, the living La Viva. So she's doing a great job, okay? But I gotta tell you, I feel like she's just not genuine, and that's my problem with her. For me, there's a lot of actresses that do this. I feel the same way about like people like Julia Roberts. My God, am I gonna get kicked off the internet? People like Julia Roberts. Sammy and I have a very big difference between Angelina Jolie. I can't stand her sometimes. And Sammy loves her, and I get it. I'm not saying she's bad. Hell, she's better. I'm like I said. I don't want to be that jerk. Yeah, I'm sure she's an awesome person, but when I watch her movies, I'm just like, yeah, I don't believe you. I just don't. I struggle with her a lot. And this person gives me those same vibes for some reason. When I watch her, I'm like, man, I just wish it was, I don't know. I feel it was a little miscast for my taste, but I do want to see what this character is going to be, because I'm not very familiar with this character, to be honest with you. So I'm curious. For me, it's newer territory than it is for you, because I'm only familiar with what she's like talking about when it comes down to the past stuff, and I'm like, and only through what I'm seeing in the show, not from knowing a lot of it. You know what I mean? So to know what this is going to be and what it can be, I got more surprises than it is going to be for you, because I don't know as much coming. So maybe I'll feel better when season 3 comes out and it's this character really starts to get fleshed out, especially in this other character's form. Then yeah, I might be changing my tune. But as of right now, she could leave next episode and I could be like, okay, whatever, because it's just, I'm just not invested yet, and partially it is because I feel a little miscasting of it. But hey, like I said, bring it on. I want to see what this is going to be. So
I'll be very honest. I know more about the male version of Muse than I know about Lady Muse. Okay. I actually didn't know Lady Muse was much of a thing until recently. Okay. I found out this is where they're going with it.
So it'll be a little new for you too as you go.
And I'm not going to purposefully go and look up the Lady Muse stuff, because I want to see how they're doing her in this. Yep. I love the idea of a psychologist, a top-notch psychologist they played her up for in the show, going through this psychological trauma and her now becoming the very thing that she feared. Mm-hmm. I just like that part of a storytelling idea and a perspective of seeing how does that evolution happen. And I think that we're going to get that for her. That's what it looks like from all accounts and measures, not only in this season, but the set photos leaked of the next season. I am more curious to watch it happen and see how they're going to do it. Yeah. And then I'll be more of a judge on if I like it or not. And then I'll compare and contrast with the comics and be like, you know what? Maybe the show did it better, or maybe the comics did it better. Yeah. I'll find that out later. But I purposely am not going to look at the comics version of Lady Muse, because I want to see what they're trying to tell the story for her in this show. And I got to tell you, my interest in it has gone up dramatically in this season for her. Like, I could sense in the first 2 episodes of season 2 that, okay, they kept the character around. Why they keep her around? And now we're starting to see why, and be like, okay, I see that happening, but I almost wasn't believing it too much, like this is still going to amount to something, until this episode in particular. Then I thought, wow, because you see when she's talking to Karen, then the background, you see the reflection of Muse, and he's not there, but it just is, it's kind of that psychological thing of being like, he's there now. Mm-hmm. He might not physically be there anymore, but whatever he did to her and her trying to cope with it is turning her brain into what his thought process is. And now you're going to see what she will be like and probably be a little more menacing than him because of what she's been through, kind of thing.
It was kind of like the Harley Quinn Joker thing,
I was
right?
just thinking about that too, yeah, because Harley Quinn could come off a little too comedic compared to the Joker, but it follows a similar pattern, honestly.
Yeah.
Actually, it does to a T. She's a psychiatrist, but Harley Quinn was interested in Joker's mind and got attracted to it.
Right.
Whereas
This is different.
Heather Glenn was a victim of it, and her way of coping with what happened to her is somehow turning her brain into becoming and doing the same things to feel that power again that she lost. That's very interesting.
It is, yeah.
Anyways, that's just my take on that.
Be cool to see what they do with her later.
I am curious. Yeah. All right, Mr. Charles reveals that Luke Cage has been taken and that Mayor Fisk is, quote, in for it.
Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charles. What?
Yeah.
It's nice that they reference Luke Cage because anyone knows that that's Luke Cage's daughter or Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no hiding that. From the look to just anyone who knows of them from the comics, I'm like, perfect. That actually made me more excited when I saw that. I was a little less excited when they dampened Jessica Jones' powers, but we'll find out how that's going to be fleshed out later on, honestly. I don't know what he means by Mayor Fisk is in for, because wouldn't you think by now we would have known?
He's been saying this for a little while, too.
Like, you're getting
one more time.
It's one of the things that I'm not going to say it in such a negative way, so I'm sorry, Marvel. I would be a little let down and disappointed if they're waiting for that big thing for the last episode.
Yeah, I
we're
agree.
not seeing some sort of build-up, or better yet, we're not only not seeing it, but we're not seeing what Mayor Fisk's counter reaction is going to be to it, and see, is there going to be a trick up his sleeve? Because it sounds like he's going to be blindsided by whatever this thing is, and whatever is this thing, we don't know. Is Julia Louis-Dreyfus coming in the last season and being like, look, I'm not slap you, Mayor Fisk? Like, what's going to happen? Are the Thunderbolts going to show up?
Yeah, unless they do like what I predicted the last time we talked about this, was we don't get a resolution and we end this season on a climactic cliffhanger. Where it's like, maybe in the next episode, Mr. Charles reveals exactly what that is. And to Matt Murdock and to Kingpin, that's, we need to unite. And it ends with them uniting and we don't get a conclusion yet. Come next season, we get that full conclusion.
So the leaked photos of Vincent D'Onofrio on set of season 3.
Yeah, we don't know what that means. Those could be flashbacks for all we know.
They could be flashbacks. He looks like a homeless person. It could be him being in disguise.
It could be him underground with Daredevil.
Because who hasn't seen the Kingpin now?
Yeah, it could be him and Daredevil underground fighting whoever they have to fight. It could be anything.
And I would be down for a story like that to keep Vincent D'Onofrio in and keep the story intriguing and interesting.
To me, that'd be the most ambitious, daring thing to do.
Yes, I agree. We'll have to find out, guys, for that, because that'd
be cool.
For it. I'm down for it.
And maybe this, Muse woman will be a real big problem for them.
Because she knows too much on both of them.
Yeah. See, guys, it's right itself if you do it right.
That would be cool.
End this season with them shaking hands.
Yep.
Right?
That would be cool.
That'd be awesome. Okay, cool. We're in for this.
I'm more hyped for it now. Come on, Marvel.
That'd be a great idea. Hey, it's not so bad, right, guys?
So, this next part, Matt convinces Bullseye to save the New York governor from an assassination.
Yeah.
I have conflicting feelings about it because I've only known Bullseye as a bad guy. And it sounds like he's turning into Punisher had a baby with Daredevil type thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, are they purposely trying to make him into an anti-hero, or is this just a one and done favor type thing? For saving his life. I don't know.
This is that continuing argument of this morality thing that's going on in this that needs to come to an end. And I don't mean an end like it's not part of the theme of everything, but an end of like, we get it, that this is a problem. My personal feelings, this guy needs to die. His character needs to end. It needs to be tragic in the sense of, look, he's starting to be a good guy and he dies. You know what I mean? Let's not take away this idea that he's a villain of Daredevil's. Let's keep that there. See the little shimmery light at the end of it, and then it's waste. It's gone. And what better way to set it up but to have this new villain come in this next episode to be the one that kills him, which kind of makes Matt and Kingpin, shake hands. I'm going to keep going back to that, guys. I'm just saying that makes sense to me. Especially let him have this moment where he does something right for somebody, and this is the last thing he does. And let's see ya. Because this argument of this morality thing's got to change. And Matt needs to be challenged harder about it. And that would challenge him real hard. And that would make him turn to someone like Kingpin and be like, God, everything I do, I just keep getting it thrown in my face. But we got to stop this. And no matter what we are to each other, this is a bigger problem. You know what I mean? And so to me, that supports this if they're going to do it. If not, then making him this anti-hero bad guy turn good guy, that's boring for me. I don't want to see that with this character. I like this character being either a bad guy or someone that's not long for this world.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. Great scene, though.
Yeah, it is.
The actor does a good job. There's not, this is all worth watching.
I think what I liked about most of the scene is that Governor Hochul there is, he's about to slit her throat, or decapitate her. Something is happening there. And the Bullseye shows up and stops him. He kills him. Let's be honest. That's what Bullseye does.
Yeah.
And when the governor turns around, she immediately is like, "Oh God!" Yeah, you saved me, but at the same time, did you save me? Because I could easily die right now again.
Yeah, it's like she definitely didn't feel safe yet.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, if I was her, I'd go home, lock down the cellar with whatever she's going to sign of taking away that charter thing. And oh my, I'd be freaking out if I was her.
Yeah.
I'd be like, nothing is safe anymore. I need to retire.
Yeah, his politics thing is going to kill me.
Yeah. And I only said Kathy Hochul.
It's time to go. Move to Miami.
Because
safer in Miami.
The actress of the cast, she does look reminiscent to Governor Hochul. So with all due respect to you, Miss Hochul.
Yeah, go be the governor of Florida. It's safer.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening in Florida.
Yeah.
Chicago, Florida. There's a few others. Salt Lake City. We'll see Salt Lake City getting destroyed by everybody.
Yeah.
No one goes there.
There's something going to happen in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, guys. Next, the last thing on here is, which was really cool seeing this built up, and we even see it on our screen right now starting to happen. Buck kills Daniel while BB is on the run. Now, if you're anything like me, guys, it took me a couple episodes to realize who was Buck, who was Daniel, and all that stuff, because I wasn't paying too close attention to their side names. But Buck is the new Wesley. Daniel is a communications director that's kind of been a super fan of Mayor Fisk since the first season. And then BB is Ulrich's granddaughter that is, or no, I'm sorry, not granddaughter, niece, that is becoming a reporter and doing some promotion and also some negative backlash.
Propaganda.
Yes, on the Fisk administration here. So I actually thought this was a nice conclusion to that whole dynamic going on there. I don't know what more is going to happen in the next episode, to be honest.
Yeah, this was the most natural conclusion, because we said this back when he kind of gave her that whole, hey, look, be careful what you're doing.
Yeah.
You and I both said this dude's eventually got to pick a side. And he does. Mm-hmm. We knew that. And it's going to kill him. And it did. Yeah. If I was the writer of this show, I'd have had Buck. I would have had Daniel get the best of Buck and kill Buck. I would have done that.
You would have made it where Buck wasn't the new Wesley type thing, or at least not as.
I would have had that's what you're thinking this whole time. And then when he goes to do that, Daniel steps up. And you're like, oh my God, you can't believe we just did that. I would have done that. I think that would have been real ambitious and fun.
You know what would have been interesting on that for a twist if they did it the way you did.
Even if he's just in self-defense, he ends up getting the better of him.
It's reminiscent to a degree of Wilson Fisk's origin.
Yes.
Because he admires Wilson Fisk so much, he kind of is playing both sides at the moment, because he likes BB, but at the same time, he also is an admirer and definitely a hardcore supporter of Fisk, and then having to do something that Fisk had to do, which was Fisk killing his dad to protect his mom, him killing Buck to protect BB, be like
himself, but
that could turn into baby Fisk coming along.
Well, it could have left another little caveat to like, things are getting crazy. I think that'd have been fun. Not that I have a problem with what they did. It felt, well, duh. we knew this was coming.
To me,
it was a great scene.
I don't know where they're going to go from here with Buck and BB, to be honest, because this whole scene felt like the conclusion of the season for them.
Yeah, well, they're not going to kill her.
No, they're not.
All of that to just see her die is not.
And I don't know what Buck's
going to
do. You know, Buck's main mission is kind of done to that degree. We're going to see whatever. They have one more episode of this to see what they're going to do with him as a character.
I mean, how great. Let me just follow me here. Daniel kills Buck in self-defense when he comes to kill him over this whole thing. And he goes into hiding with BB. After the shake of hands of Daredevil and Kingpin, they all are working together at some point. What an awkward, crazy little group of people that would make an excellent third season.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? That
sounds cool.
That would be cool, right? Like they're all put into a corner. None of them want to be around each other, right? They all got their own little sides. To me, that would be kind of if I was the writer, I would be like, why aren't we killing Buck, guys?
Yeah.
Like, let's let these people go. What? Let's let them just go for it, you know? And guys, I'm just talking about this. This does not negative at all. They did a great job. They built this up. You got your payoff. We knew it was coming. It was a little cookie cutter or predictable, sure, but it worked well. It was emotional. It was nice. Like, I liked this guy. I liked Daniel. I didn't want to see Daniel go. So when he went, it does add stakes to it. Things are happening.
I agree.
So the positive of this happening is that this Buck guy's dangerous, you know, and we don't know how dangerous yet. You know, we're getting an idea. And BB's on the run, man. Ooh, she's in trouble here, you know.
That's what I predict the next episode for Buck's conclusion is him finding BB or him looking for BB type thing. You know.
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to get resolved in this season.
No,
I think we're going to just get another step of it, but it's going to continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was just saying, for ambition wise, I mean, wouldn't that have blown your mind if Daniel got the best of him and that's what we ended the show on? They'd be like, what? Like, that wasn't planned, you know? So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so what are your thoughts on the episode overall while we're wrapping this up?
Overall, I wish this was 2 episodes ago. I wish that this was another build to more things. It supports my theory of them shaking hands. It still can be done, guys. It still can be done. It also has created me to have a new theory. But overall, guys, watch this episode. It's a great episode. It's awesome. This show is really good. It's all going to be on the landing. If they don't stick the landing, that's when you're going to hear me go negative Nelly. But because they have done real well, but they've definitely put themselves in a corner for me personally. If this doesn't sell me on wanting to come back for the next season, I'll still do it. We'll still do it for the pod. But still, don't be surprised if you're going to be like, oh, there's that Ike guy who doesn't like Daredevil. Because I'm just going to be honest with you. I'll give it its flowers when they're due, and I'm going to give you its crap when it's due too. My new theory, though, is I think he's going to out himself as Matt Murdock as Daredevil. I think he's going to do that before Fisk does, because I think this is cornering him by coming in like this, because now the only thing he does have on Matt, with Matt doing what he's doing by representing Karen, is I know who you are. What are you doing? I could ruin your whole life right now and turn you back into the bad guy real easy, and I got nothing to lose because everything I've got's dead right now. So, but I think Matt's going to do it first. I think he's going to be the one out himself as Daredevil to prove him wrong, which is probably what's going to take him out of being the mayor, probably put him in jail, and probably what you're seeing in the photos of next season is he's broken out of jail and he's hiding somewhere. That's my other guess of what's going on.
My initial thoughts of that would be, I agree with you on the last part, that him coming out as Matt Murdock being Daredevil will put Mayor Fisk out. Yep. I do agree with that.
It'll prove everything he's saying wrong.
And I think that the governor will have part of that, and the because a governor does actually have the power to remove a mayor if he or she feels that it's a threat to the state.
Well, and that will out
I think that's part of it.
Yeah, that'll out him so darkly. And
I wouldn't even be surprised if you get a scene like that where the governor is talking to Louis Dreyfus right there, and they're like, "Yep, this is my big play. Is I'm going to get you out," type thing.
Yeah.
But
because I think Daredevil's going to have to sacrifice to win. I think that's what he was alluding to, that we're going to have to cross a line. And I think everyone's thinking, does that mean he's going to kill somebody? No, I think he's going to out himself.
I wonder, though, if Fisk is going to out him, though, first to try to win his case against Karen Page, right, saying, I know I propped him up as a hero, but you got to know he's actually a vigilante. And then he unexpectedly gets the backlash from that, from higher powers that be.
That's interesting. I think the backlash from the higher powers that be is definitely more suitable. Mm-hmm. But I think whoever, if they do, this might not be at all on their plate, right? This speculation.
Yeah.
If they do this, whereas the identity of him makes this the difference, mm-hmm, it's got to be whoever does it first is the winner. Mm. Because if Daredevil does it first, then it shows the level of deception publicly that now cannot be denied, and that's going to make everybody go, "Yeah, he's done." Fisk is he's definitely we put up with it for so long, but now there's not much we can say or do to keep him in this power, right? Mm-hmm. If Fisk does it first, he could easily say, "I didn't know until now." And they're not going to get rid of him because he's still going to be a victim of a bad Daredevil.
I get that.
You see what I'm trying to say?
I can see that.
Like maybe their backlash of how you handled it isn't going to work, but they're not going to get rid of him if the public thinks he's a victim.
No, they have to paint the Kingpin as what
they're going to have to suck it up and deal with it.
Yeah.
So he's got to expose him first by letting himself be exposed. I think that's what he means when he says there's going to be lines that we have to cross, just might not be the ones you think. Mm. And I think that's him giving up his security of who he is, which puts him in a very peculiar position moving forward. I think that's more likely what's going to happen.
Yeah,
personally,
I like your theory too. I mean, guys, I guess now at this point it's up to you. Which of our two theories do you think is going to be the one that's going to happen? Do you think none of this is going to happen? You got your own theory, of course. We are hyped.
Yeah.
We want to see the finale next week. We're excited to see what's going to happen and break it all down for you in the next episode.
Maybe Spider-Man shows up and just ends this whole thing. We do see Avengers Tower in this in the beginning, in the background.
We do, actually. Yeah. I like that. That was a little nod to...
They're all just kind of standing there going, should we do something about this? Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, no.
I just imagine like Spider-Man out there right now, like what is he doing if this stuff is happening? Like, what are we not seeing that's happening, right? Yeah. Maybe that's what we're going to get in the new Spider-Man movie. By the way, he's one line in the movie. Hey, who's going to do something about the mayor? Well, I got all these other bad guys I'm fighting. It's like, to me, it's like, I don't know. If you're Spider-Man and this guy's doing this crap, you're not sitting around. I get it. This is my problem with these shows and what's going on with things. But hey, that's beyond how good. I'm not putting that into my review, fellas, or ladies and gentlemen, of how I feel about this show, because it is good. But my big brain of this whole thing goes, where's freaking Spider-Man? Don't get too big, because we're going to say, where are you, Spider-Man? Like, what's going on?
Or
where's Doctor Strange? He lives there too.
He's in the dark dimension right now.
Oh, that's right. He's off with some lady who,
he's off.
I apologize. That's how much that means nothing to me. Anyways. Sorry.
Gosh, but yeah, no, I actually do agree with you on that point, is that depending on how big they go with this, because, I mean, let's face it, the finale of season 1 of Born Again, that was pretty big.
Yeah.
And then you had a movie coming out with Thunderbolts being set in New York City and all that, and be like, at one point you have to acknowledge, it's just like that thing coming out of the ocean.
Yeah.
The Indian Ocean. You got to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
I forgot.
The celestial in the ocean. You got to acknowledge it, guys.
You're right. The Avengers Tower's right. There's a whole team sitting there waiting to do something.
Yeah. Like what is going on?
No one's going to go down there to the mayor and say, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we know what you're doing. Like,
yeah. So
it just takes one of them.
Marvel, you have a way to do it. So I'm just curious how you're gonna do it. And I know in the Spider-Man Brand New Day thing, you have to touch upon it because Frank Castle's in it. All this different stuff is in it. So what is Spider-Man doing? We'll have to find out come the end of July, guys. So to wrap this up again, question is for you guys. What are your thoughts on this episode? Do you agree with us? Do you not agree with us? What's your theories for the next episode? And how excited are you to see the finale of Daredevil Born Again Season 2?
I'm excited.
All right. The next thing we're going to touch on, guys, stay tuned. We're getting into our retrospective review of Iron Man 3.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Yeah.